From the hollers and hills of West Virginia, it's Heavenly Hills Homestead with another episode. Stay tuned. Boom! Let's go take a look in here. See what we got going on. Setting at 90 today. Everything's looking good. Let me get in here and stake that up. Pull this stuff out. It don't need to be in here. Look at that beak. Yeah, trim that joker up some. And trim this one up. Let's see what we got. We'll trim them real quick while we're in here. Just trim. Okay. So we got all those off of there. Let's see here. Get all these bad ones off of this one. Let me put y'all down and bring it. Got all that cut off of here. And let's see what you see of this one here. He's pretty good size. There you can see. And he's growing new ones everywhere, new leaves and stuff. So we'll just keep letting him grow and do his thing. This one here is pretty big. I mean, it was less than the size of my pinky when we put him in the ground. So he's doing really good too. We got big leaves on him. So we cut a couple of little ones off. Looking good. I'm gonna pile some more dirt up around him pretty soon. This one here is about the same size as that one. But it's not sticking out of the dirt as much. So we'll leave him alone for now. Got a lot better leaves and stuff on him though. It looks, and he's growing a lot more, it seems to be. So maybe this one does just need to be covered up a little bit better, but it's a huge one. I mean, you see, it's not huge, but it's big. Yeah. So anyhow, well, I mean, it's already caught up to one that's been in here 6 months. So of course that one's longer than it is round, so we don't know how big it is. Then we got the turnips here. They're looking massive. I need to clean them up as well, I guess. So let me get them cleaned up. You see that turnip there, and that turnip there, and this turnip here. They're all looking pretty good. I'll clean them up real quick though too. And then we got this giant Swede right here. And it's just kind of doing its thing. It's slow. It's really slow, but no big deal, right? No big deal at all. All right, guys. Well, sadly, this one's done. Something's ate it. It makes me so mad. Stinks to high heaven. Let me check it out here. I'm not sure what would have done that, but it really makes me upset. It was a beast. It was growing so good compared to that one and that one. And you can see that one there is tiny, and that one there is little too compared to this thing. This thing was rocking. Makes me so mad. I hate pests and stuff. Freaking varmints and just aggravation. Alright, let me clean the rest of this up, and I don't know, maybe I'll try to transplant that one over here in that, because that'd be a better spot for it anyhow. So he was very easy to get out. He got all the roots and everything, didn't rip nothing. I put him over here, so maybe it'll quit burning him as bad, plus the dirt. Even though I'm trying to do that one like I did this one. Look at that. Ants. I wonder if that's my problem. I got 7’s. I'm about to go get some 7’s and spray in here. Kill everything. Anyhow, got him over here. He'll be fine over here. We'll leave this one alone for now. See if he'll do good. Anyhow, I got over there, thinned out the kohlrabi. I left 3 purples and 3 of the giant kohlrabis in there, and I got all the rest of them out. They're stacked up right there. We're going to try to transplant them outside. I don't know if it'll work or not, but we're going to try. And then I got all these Brussels sprouts right here that I just pulled out of here. We're going to try to transplant those as well. We'll transplant them over here in the flower beds up by the house, so they get a little bit of sun during the day. They get a little more shade in the morning, but then they'll get more shade, toward the evening. I'm not really sure what to do about these carrots and stuff. Really, I know a lot of this stuff probably just needs to come out of here because it's not really doing anything, and it's just taking up space and it's not growing. So it needs to come out. I'm leaving the potatoes because I believe the potatoes are still making and growing because they're not dead yet. So obviously they're doing something. So we'll just leave them to their own devices and see what they'll produce or won't produce or whatever. I think they're going to do pretty well. All this over here, probably need to clean it out a little bit but I wanted to try to see if the bugs that are now flying, like the bees and stuff, they come in here, I see them, if they would end up setting and making arugula seeds, because then that would save me from having to buy more arugula seeds. I could just, I already got them going, they're already seeding or making, so I can just let them do their thing. So anyhow, that's what we've got done so far in here. I will come in here, I will spray some 7’. I'm not going to let y'all go through that miserable stuff, but I wanted to show y'all these because these are giant tomatoes. And we got some mega bloom stuff going on here on these rascals. They set themselves and they're growing, so I'm just gonna leave them in a big clump like this. It's just what they are. They're just in a great big clump, and I'm not gonna mess with them. I'm just gonna leave them and let them do their things and whatever. So that one right there I might pull out of here. We'll take him out, I don't know. Yeah, we'll move that one out of here. So the rest of them though, they can all stay. Let them do their things. Like I say, these are from probably the 2.2, I would know. Yeah, they're probably off that plant, off the one that produced the 2.2. Do know I need to probably move this Swiss char out of here, and the Swiss char that's over there I need to probably move. So let's get that done and try to transplant some stuff and just do what we can. Got tons of blooms on these eggplants right here. That's a nice looking eggplant bush right there. It's gonna be a good one, hopefully. Not so hot looking over here on these these peas particularly, but these over here are looking pretty good. So I want to try to get that straightened up as well. So we're just going to try to play around in here for a little bit as long as we can today, and then we'll move outside once we get this kind of situated and stuff. So let's go try to transplant this stuff and then come back in and finish up doing some more in here. Look here, Dumb and Dumber. Let's go now. Come on now. Don't do that. Leave them a be, please. Let's go, come on. You guys got over there, now get over here. Y'all got over there all by yourselves. Now get over here, come on. You got over there all by yourselves. Now get back over here all by your little selves. Come on. Come on, there's plenty of feed, but you gotta get over here. Knuckleheads, what was you thinking? Let's go, come on. You did it. I'm not helping you. You get over here. You got over there by yourself. You'll get back over here by yourself. I am not helping you get over here. I didn't help you put over there, and I ain't helping put yourself back. Now let's go. If you want feed, you gotta come on. Come on. Come on, Dumb and Dumber. Let's go. All right, guys, gonna start down here. So, Brussels sprouts that came out of the greenhouse. We planted them here. They look like crap. If they make it, good. If they don't, no big deal. No big deal. I mean, I don't want it to happen, but it's okay. Got the spinach here. We put one giant tomato plant there. Moving along. Put another one there. Yes, they look crappy, but everything that came out of there is looking pretty rough right now. I planted everything and then I watered everything. And then the sun come out and started heating everything up really bad in the last 20-30 minutes while I've been watering, and everything started wilting really bad. So here is some Swiss chard that I dug up out of there right through here that I put in here. All of that is kohlrabi that we filled in there. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it'll all take. Some of it's giant kohlrabi that had come from the pack of Baker Creek seeds that I'd gotten. They're not actual giant kohlrabi from known grown giants. They're just giant kohlrabi from Baker Creek. So anyhow, some of those are there. All the purple ones are the early purple Vienna kohlrabi. Yes, they look a little bit beat up. Hoping that giving them water and all that, and it'll be on this side where it'll be shaded good, they'll be fine. Everything else had looked pretty rough too when I transplanted them, so we'll see. Very little root was torn out, right? So they ended up keeping good root mass. 2 Swiss chars right there. Another Swiss char right there. Didn't plant anything over there because I got more stuff that I want to try to plant over there. Went up here, cleaned this whole patch up, right? Got all the stuff that's no longer blooming and pretty out, okay? Of course, I left some of them in there, but I just cut the tops. That's all I did. The bulbs are still in there. They'll come back next year. And then I put 2 wheelbarrow loads of compost in here. And you see I planted Swiss chard in here that we took out of the greenhouse. So hopefully it will do good. It should. And we'll water it again this evening because I'm sure this will dry off by this evening. So I'll water it again this evening. But we needed to do it anyhow because we have the blueberry bush right there coming back. That blueberry bush right there is coming back. So there's 2 blueberry bushes that's coming back. We got a blackberry bush that's come back. I don't know that blueberry bush will, and it don't look like the grapevine made it at all that we planted up here. So it just is what it is. Got all this here growing, looking good. So everything's looking good. And we planted another tomato plant here. So everything, yeah, we're looking good. All in all, everything's looking good. So peas there, strawberries, yeah, transplanted them out of the garden. They're a little beat up, but I think they'll be all right. So like I said, there was one giant tomato we planted right there. Everything else looking good. We watered it all. You see here, look at these carrots. It's crazy. I need to cover it up some, I think. There we go. Yeah, I'll do that in a little bit with a shovel. We got good carrots growing, so hopefully those will turn out to be some giants. Got to beat 3 pounds and something, like 3.46 pounds. So let's just say we need a 5-pound carrot to make sure nobody beats us for a while. So hopefully we can get that and get the state record. Yes, state record. Everything else is looking good in here, so I'm quite pleased with how this raised bed's looking. So, all right, on to the next. So what did I do? What did I do? What'd you say I did to the plate?
Your plate clean.
A what?
You licked your plate clean.
Licked it clean?
Yeah.
That's funny. What she didn't see is there was 2 plates. Took my plate that I ate on off and realized that there was another plate here. So I thought, well, I'll just put that one up because we didn't eat off of it, and I just put it up. And she turned around and said, Dad, you licked your plate clean. Hey guys, what do we got going on in here in my new box of Previgenic stuff? Grass spot green up. It has 12% nitrogen, 3% phosphorus, 6% potassium, 18% sulfur. I needed sulfur, so this stuff will help me out a lot. And here is my pure monopotassium phosphates. That just gives me 34%. 34% on my potassium. It has a high number of phosphorus, but that's okay. A little bit here and there will work because we don't use a lot of it. Anyways, there's some more of that. Wait, baby. Grass spot green up. 1, 2, 3. Whoa.
What's that?
I don't know. Bag. Oh, I see what they done. They let the air out of it. So it would fit. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, there's 6 of them. Yep, got 6 of those, 3 of those, and oh, whoa, 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 what we got here? What we got in? That's all I wanted. What do we got here? Ooh, I got a new toy to play with, everybody. Not even on the market yet. Lactobacillus liquid. Soil treatment is recommended. Soil 10 milliliter per gallon. Foliar 15 milliliter per gallon. Soil treatment is recommended. That's lactobacillus liquid. Y'all ain't got no toys like that. I do. I got a new toy. All right, guys, let's mix up some fertilizer and fertilize all that out there and get her tilled in and start getting stuff planted. Yep. All right, guys, for those of you who may not have seen that episode, I think I kind of skipped around in a little bit trying to condense it some. I hate doing that, but try and hold people's attention. They want it now. Everybody wants it now, and they don't want to wait for the you know, the important stuff, and then they wonder why they can't grow real good. Anyways, here I get a scale, turn it on. Let me see, get this cleaned out. All right, I weigh that, turn it off, turn it back on, and it should be zeroed out. There we go. Now we got the zero. The cup is at 0, so the cup will not weigh anything. I go to my handy dandy notebook here to the month of May, and I think it was the 8th here. Yep. All right, so I use 7 pounds of 0053. I use 2.5 pounds of MKP, which is over there. I use 2.5 pounds of grass spot green up. Use 4 pounds of 33-00. Use 5 pounds of DAP. Use 3.5 ounces of copper sulfate, 3.6 ounces of zinc sulfate, and 10 ounces of boron per 1,000 square feet. That's what I use per 1,000 square feet now. I'm going to that's probably right at 73 feet long, and I think 32 foot wide. No, it'd be 36 foot wide now. So yeah, I'll have to do the measurements on that. But anyhow, weigh your stuff. All right, guys, don't just go out there and throw fertilizer everywhere. Don't do that. Get your square footage, however much you got square footage wise, and measure your stuff out and write it down what you use, okay? That way, if you go back later on in the year and you're like, okay, well, this is how much I used, and this is how much I probably can get away with using still, or the following year, you can be like, well, I used this much last year. And so, especially with something like phosphorus, you got to watch how much phosphorus you put in there. You got to watch how much phosphorus goes in. And if you're using fertilizers that are heavy in salt content, you got to watch how much salt content you're putting in, because if you get too much salt in your ground, that's it. Your ground is toast. If you get too much phosphorus in there, it's toast too, but you can fix it by growing root crops. And those root crops that are grown in there will pull phosphorus out of the ground, but you can't till them back in. You got to pull the root crop completely out and discard it or eat it, but it'll pull the phosphorus out, but not the salt. Okay, so anyways, that's how you weigh. Write everything down. Write what you got, what you use, and how much of it. Write it all down and everything, and that's how you weigh on a scale. Like I said, zero your scales out and stuff. But anyhow, I'm going to get this done. So just wanted to kind of tell you what the measurements were per 1,000 square feet. I got to get the new square footage on this. That way I know how much to give, but it, you know, it is per 1,000 square foot. So my numbers won't change. It'll just change how many times I have to make this batch, right? Because for over there on the pumpkin patch, I made it twice. And over here, if it's over 2,000 square feet, I'm gonna have to make it more than twice. So, but my estimates don't change. Now, I mean, you can fudge them, you know what I mean, back or forward, you know, whatever way you need to go. If you got 500 foot, you can do half of what you did for 1,000, or if you've got 1,500 foot, you can do half plus what you do for 1,000 square feet. You see what I'm saying? So you can add or take away from it, but you just got to make sure you know your square footage. Because I'm telling you now, I think the big time growers, the biggest thing that they do is they make sure that they're writing down what their soil is, what they put in it, how much they put in it. They've got it down to a T. And if you want to, let's not even just competition growing, guys. I have studied it inside, and when I've just fertilized versus measuring what I fertilized, writing down what I fertilized, those plants were optimal because I could see, okay, well, I can bump it up some more, or I shouldn't do any more than that. In fact, maybe I should go back maybe 1 or 2 milliliters or 1 or 2 teaspoons or whatever, right? And so you got to watch that stuff and play with it. But when you see your plants reacting good, you can continue to bump it you get to a point where you're right at the edge, so you want to ride that edge. You don't want to cross the line, you just want to ride the line. So you just do like a little bit at a time, right? You micro feed, right? Or you spoon feed to ride that line, okay? You don't want to go over. But if you cross that line, well, then you got to go way back. You see what I'm saying? So it's better to just write everything down and calculate it and do things this way. That way you can continue to optimize your growth, continue to optimize your feeds and all that. And like I said, this ain't just for competition growers. This is for every one of you that are just homesteading and home gardeners, okay? You don't have to be competition to do this. I'm going to do it in the garden itself, right? So I'm not just doing it in my competition patches. I'm doing it in the garden as well, because I want optimal feed rates, and I want optimal production, and I want the best I can get out of everything, right? And I also want to keep that disease and stuff down. Well, the healthier soil is, the healthier your plants are, the more you're keeping those diseases down, right? So anyhow, let's get this done and on to the next. All right, I'm gonna quit for right now, and it's raining. It just keeps coming harder and harder, so quit for now. Hopefully it'll quit up and dry off here in a minute, and I can resume my, oh shoot, got all this stuff I gotta get inside too. I don't believe we're going back out this evening. It's already 7:30, and that's a lot of rain. So I guess we'll be ending it here, and I'll tell you what all I've done. I've all but ran out of our stuff, our fertilizer, as far as our DAP, our diammonium phosphates, and our sulfate of potash. I pretty much ran out of that stuff. So I gotta buy some more, and I've gotten the pumpkin patch pretty well done. I've got enough, I believe, to do the giant squash up at the top of the yard by the road. It provided it didn't get soaking wet and turn to mush. It's in that white bucket. The rest of it, we still have 2 bags of the Prevogenics Green Up, which has the 12-3-6 with 18% phosphorus in it, or excuse me, 18% sulfur in it. I still need magnesium, so I'm still going to have to get some kind of magnesium. Whether I get that from, you know, whatever, I can't think of the name, Epsom salts. But probably, since I already put 18% sulfur in it from the other, I'm probably just going to have to get a magnesium of some sort and put it in the ground. I've got plenty of magnesium, I believe, that can work. I'll just have to throw it in and see. But yeah, I think we're going to be okay. We'll see. Probably going to have to rely heavily on the Prevogenics liquid stuff this year, just because of how hard it's been to get that stuff. We put down a lot, about 1.5 bales, which was that had been 75 pounds of alfalfa that we have put down on the garden. We'll put another little bit of stuff on there. Oh goodness, can't think of the name of it right now. Beet pulp. We'll put some beet pulp on it. Put beet pulp on the other stuff there as well. On the marrow, bushel gourd, and field pumpkin patches. And we'll do the same to the cantaloupes and all that good stuff. But yeah, anyhow, it's pretty much done because it rained that last little hour and a half. It couldn't just let me wait an hour and a half and let me finish doing what I wanted to do for today. So got to roll with the punches. But anyhow, I'm gonna get in here. I'm gonna plant some stuff, and because it needed planted or get some things watered, whatever I got to do inside, we're gonna do that inside. And if it starts to look a little bit brighter outside, we will come back and go outside. But I think that rain's probably going to be here to stay from the looks of it. So I've got lots of these magnesium oxides that I save because I get them from the VA, and I don't need them all the time. I take like 1 or 2 a week, something like that, if that. Some months I don't take any of these, so I just save them back. And you can use magnesium oxide on your garden. I did this back in 2018. Yeah, 2018, first year we were out here. I had probably five bottles of this stuff, and I used it on my crops, and they did wonderful that year. And I thought, wow, man, look how good them peppers and tomato plants are looking. Well, no wonder, right? The ground was deficient in magnesium. And then I've used it in 2020 and a little bit in 2021, not a lot. I used more Epsom salts. But since I've already used the sulfur, I might as well go ahead and use this year. And so it will help your plants, but you guys got to break down and stuff. Obviously, it's raining here. Been raining for the past 2 days now. And so I'm just going to sprinkle it all over my beds and let it do its thing. And we'll use it like that. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, probably 10 inside the house there. So we'll just get them all gathered up. We'll take them to each bed and we'll put them all down. I'll show you what it looks like. But yes, you can use magnesium oxide. If you can't find anything else for your magnesium, You know, you can use magnesium oxide tablets, all right, for this job. So let me show you 3 knuckleheads right there. Well, we're gonna have to go down to 1 because they just killed my female. Those right there are the 3 males. Right there. Or dumb, dumber, and dumbest. Anyways, got to put them down, so you guys get to choose which one gets to live. That's how we're going to play this game. I'm going to let you two pick which 3 of those get to go to freezer camp and which one gets to stay on the farm. So comment down below with which one you want to stay, because they killed that hen down there, just riding her repetitively. Just wouldn't let up. Separated them out, and she was fine. And I guess today was the last straw. I don't know what they've done to her today. They definitely did it. So it's sad, it's aggravating, but them guys got to go. 2 of them's got to go. 1 of them get to stay. You guys can pick. And she's gone, buddy. She's gone. She ain't coming back. And look at them. For all of y'all who thinks the ducks are cute and wonderful and fluffy and lovable, they're violent rapists, is what they are. Yeah. Don't nobody tell you about the drakes and how violently they treat a hen. They are some sexual predators, some offenders. I ain't kidding you. I'm just fair warning you. You get a bunch of drakes, you better just start calling them out as soon as you figure them out, because them 2 brown ones that's in the house, now they already know they're going to freezer camp. I done told them jokers, yeah, you ain't living here. So don't let the kids get attached to them or none of that, because this right here is what the problem is. That was a harlequin female, and now she's gone. Dang, blame it, makes me so mad. Like I said, she was fine. She was fine. Yesterday she was fine. Earlier today she was fine. Just all of a sudden. Watch, now they're going, now look there, watch. They just take their turn 1 at a time. I'm telling you now, call your drakes. That's all I'm saying, just call the drakes. Call them all out. Because they will definitely kill them. Wait for that one to get done, and the other one will jump up there. Get him a turn. Just horrible. Watch how they just, I'm not sitting here, I'm just showing y'all how bad they are. How much they'll just sit there and keep trying and trying and trying. And so you guys know I'm not bull crapping when I say them ducks, them drakes killed that hen. Now you know. Because she's been gone for about 10 minutes now, and they just keep on. And they won't touch that other one. That other one right there is a hen. That's a hen right there. And they won't fool with her. Now you tell me what the problem is. They did that last year to that hen. I had to separate her out, and she was fine after I separated her. Thought, same thing this year. Just separate her out for a little bit and she'll be fine. Obviously not. Makes me so mad. Makes me so mad. That's all right, because a couple of them's going to freezer camp tomorrow. For sure. We're going to eat one of them tomorrow, and the other one's going into camp. So, we'll have mandarin duck tomorrow. Sounds good, don't it? Mandarin duck. Oh, yeah, you just seen that. You just seen that from him, that black one there. That was what you thought it was. His male appendage. Mercy sakes. Y'all disgust me. Got another hen sitting over there. Won't even touch her. Look, see? I think them two. I think Brownie and Batman got to go. That one, the gentle one that's up there against the fence there, he just kind of chilled out. I think he probably should stay. The other two need to go. The bad thing is they didn't name him, they named the other one. They named Batman and Brownie, the two that needs to go. They named them jokers. Well, in my opinion, need to go. You guys get to pick. That's just my opinion. You guys get to pick which ones need to go. All right, well, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go eat. My dad just called me. I'm going to call him back too. All right, so that right there is what it looks like when you throw a bunch of it out there on your stuff. You just throw bottles of it out there on your ground and let the water, let the rain or water or whatever wet it down and get it good and wet, and then it'll melt, and then you can till it in. That's how that works. Still need some more though. I think these are going to try to come back. I do believe they're going to try to make a comeback. They look a little pitiful right now, but I think they're going to be all right. Tomato's looking better than he was yesterday. That one up there was looking better yesterday than he was earlier in the day yesterday. No one in here. I told him to stand that up, and look how he brings that here. Oh, goodness. But yeah, everything in here is looking pretty good. Pretty good. I have to, a little bit of water, and I'd say. Maybe water over here and a little bit of water on them tomatoes right there, but we'll get them here in just a little bit, and then, yeah, everything will be looking great in there. Actually, it's looking really good, surprisingly. Quick little peek around the side here. What we've done, put a good thing of compost around all of our grapevines there. See, that one there is growing good. That one there is doing good. There's a fig tree. Cut it way back. Just cut it way back. It was dead. The stuff wasn't doing no good, so cut it way back. Hopefully these will come up and do fairly well for us. We don't know yet. More compost around that one. Hopefully that one will come back. I accidentally nipped it with the mower. Got this one doing good. See, that shoots there coming. Then back in here, we applied some compost around our rhubarb plants and around this grapevine here, which is doing the best of all of them. Really looking good. Really liking that. So, moving along over here to where we planted out kohlrabi and such. Again, you can see that tomato there looking really good. Kohlrabi, I'll start right here. These Swiss chard are looking much better than they were yesterday. That one right there may not make it, but we'll let it be until we are sure it's done. Kohlrabi all started standing up though yesterday. Yesterday afternoon, they were all standing up pretty good. Of course, some of them are a little down still, but they just don't have they were being propped up by other stuff in there, so they're just a little weak right now, but they'll be all right, I think. I think they'll eventually all stand up and do good, but they're looking better than they were. Need to put some snail stuff in there to get rid of them snails. I did spray 7-dust, so maybe that'll help. I don't know. It rained yesterday, so probably washed all 7-dust off. Those are starting to look better there. That one there is looking good. Go up here to the top of the yard, and the stuff up here I'm not too sure about. It might take a few days to get it looking good. Those leaves may die back all the way and the center start growing better. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Okay, we've got that one standing up there. The rest of them's kind of meh. So the center might grow out, but the side, the older leaves might be gone on it. So we don't know yet. Tomato up here is looking pretty good. Everything up here is looking great, actually. So there it is. There's your little quick update on everything that we did yesterday. And it's getting ready to pour rain again. We've had about 15 minutes of a break, and we're getting ready to pour it again. I can see all the little sprinkles coming, so we'll just deal with it. Yeah, see? Yep, see? He finally changed his mind. That other one's down there now. Nasty. I can't, oh goodness. I just can't do it. I just want to kill them all and eat them all. I hate when another animal hurts another animal. It chaps my rear end so bad. I mean, literally, just chaps it, just makes me so mad. I probably need to get all the water out of these here and stuff. But, all right, guys, let's go. Oh, hey, finally, wow, thank God. I thought them was dead and wasn't gonna do nothing. Thank goodness. Yesterday, there wasn't nothing popping up out of them trays. That's all rhubarb. Ha-ha, all right. Need to plant that stuff out there. bok choys and stuff. All right, well, anyhow, let's get on. Let y'all look in here. Where did it go? There it is. Look at that thing. Again, I did not pollinate it. Remember I told y'all we would watch and see if it would grow or not? Well, there it is. Didn't pollinate it, and here it is growing. So I don't understand why I'm getting pollination and growth from a cucumber plant that when you try to pollinate it, they don't work. Look here, there's one right there. Let's see if that one starts growing next. All right, let's see if it does. I need to pull this one off of here. I just wanted to show you guys this stuff. Like I said, there's that one, so we'll see if it starts growing next. There's this one off of there. Give that to the kids. Remember, it's just weird because I'm not pollinating. I mean, what would I pollinate with? There's no good flowers on any of this. The vine is all but dead. You know, so I mean, what would I pollinate with? I mean, it's just crazy to me. And you can see that one down there is still just chugging right along. Let me see if I can get it. Yeah, see? It's over 20 some inches long. I mean, it's just growing and growing and growing. So I just let it do its thing there, you know. But that's in here, but that's probably 13 inches long right there. Yes, I have trash bags down on the floor because I bring my plants in here. These are loquat seeds. I meant to tell y'all that the other day. My buddy told me that sent them, said, yeah, them's loquat seeds, man. Remember I was going to send you some? I said, oh, yeah. Yeah, we remember that now. Anyhow, these are all looking fairly good. Need to get out. Oh, good news, good news, good news. What do we got going on here? Here's all the tomatoes. I'm hoping some of them started looking a little icky. So, I don't know. Need to get in there and give them some more water in there, I guess. You gotta be careful with the water, though. You guys can drown them out real quick. So, you just kind of let them dry out pretty good and then give them some water again. Anyways, we've got, goodness, can't think of his name. The sponsor from Bear Ground got a hold of me today and said that they are sending the fertilizers out on Monday. Cross my fingers, hope to die, stick a needle in my eye. So, I hope on Monday we will have a confirmation that they were sent and mailed, and that we'll be good to go, and should have them here, I don't know, Thursday next week or so. So everybody else that's in the group should have stuff next Thursday. So that's good, because I need to get all this crap here in the ground, like ASAP. All that stuff there, yeah, it needed in the ground last month. I mean, it's looking pretty yank, you know, and I'm tired of keeping it alive in here, to be honest with you, and I think my wife is too. So I do need to start moving it outside, get it out there and stuff, but you got to move it out there, you got to bring it back in, move it out there, bring it back in, move it out there, bring it back in. That's so much work when you got all this stuff going. Anyways, tons of stuff here, and it looks like we've finally got another Alabama red okra coming up there. I need to kind of look and see about the rest of them in that. There's one there, and then there's one right here in this tray. The rest of these are all heavy hitters, so it's just I don't know. I don't like how much they've come up. I did get a hold of my okra guru over at Lazy Dog. Okay, Lazy Dog Homestead, Lazy Dog Farm. If you haven't checked his channel out, go over and check out Travis at Lazy Dog. You'll learn a lot about gardening over there. I mean, a lot. All right, and he's really friendly. And go on over and show him some support, show him some love, and tell him that you were sent by Heavenly Hills Homestead. All right, get on over there. And guys, I also want to thank all the new people that's here. Thank all the new subscribers that's came from various places. Thank you all for subscribing to the channel. Hopefully we will not be in this nasty weather, locked in with the rest of the country for too much longer, and we'll be able to get outside and do some extreme gardening and have some fun and let you guys see what it's all about around here. Anyhow, yeah, so we got low germination on there. I talked to him. He said, Travis did, that maybe the heat needed to be a little bit more hotter on them, so we're going to turn up some heat there on them. And then I need to get in here and maybe pull some of these plants away, because that heat down in there looks like it's getting to them. So we're going to have to work on that too. Might just shut that completely off here in a minute. Anyhow, let's go on over here. You can see we've got more rhubarbs coming up in there. Got some eggs that's germinating. Yeah, we're germinating eggs, no incubating. And a few giant stuffs in here. Got some giant watermelons and giant bushel gourds and long gourds and such. So look at this thing here. What's this coming up right here? What is that? It's a long gourd, sure enough. So, all right, guys. Well, on to the next.
Don't forget to smash that like button. Hit that notification bell. Don't forget to share.
Thank you, good sir.
You're welcome. And subscribe.